You want to keep your mind on your job, mate. We'll be having Manchester Festival without you. Hello, Mr. Tatler. What's up? Have you not got a flower basket?
No, I haven't. And I don't want one either. Right. Load of blooming rubbish.
Oh, come on. I mean, it brightens the place up a bit. You know, many's the time I've walked down this street and I felt like in a barrel full of paint and tipping it all over the place just to see it different. Nothing ever changes, does it? Same houses, same faces, even same cracks in flagstone. I could go bonkers from sheer monotony.
Aye, and I could go bonkers when I think what this lot's costing. No wonder rates have gone sky high.
Well, I can't see it'll make much difference to rates.
Oh, you can't, can you?
Any road, think of business it'll bring in. What you lose on the buntings, you gain on the ball bearings, or summat.
I'll tell you one thing.
What?
It shoves out into pensioners' pockets.
No, I suppose not.
No. Nor does this here mermaking.
Don't mention mermaking to me. That's why I nipped down to Maggie's for 5 minutes just to get out at road. Her worship is slowly driving us round the bend. I mean, if she's like this now, what's she going to be like when she gets that gold chain round her neck? I don't know. We've got 12 months of this to face up to. Just think of it. 12 skenning months.
Now, Lucille, I want you to give me your honest opinion. Do you think that this is just a shade...
Too young for you?
No, not that at all. No, the word I'm looking for, I think, is informal. Is it a shade too informal for the dignity of the occasion?
Doesn't show much of your face, though, does it?
That is a very, very good point, Elizabeth, and thank you for mentioning it. I'm told that the Queen has a constant problem in finding, becoming hats that are off the face.
Well, why don't you give her a ring? Perhaps she'll lend you something.
It's a bit late for that.
Oh, is it, Heck? Prince Philip could bring you to it by helicopter. Or better still, a Viking of the Queen's flight and then a fast police car from Manchester Airport.
Really, if you can't be more constructive... Billy? You haven't started getting ready yet. You've not even shaved.
Time was hour and a half before we leave.
Well, you don't want to rush in the last few minutes.
Right, well, if the worst comes to the worst, they can at least start without me. And I'm not the one that's being crowned Lady Mayor, am I?
Billy!
I'm sorry, Mum. I'll be there, I promise.
Nothing wrong, is there?
No, I feel a bit... No, I'm all right. I'll go.
Now, of course, this is perfect. With my two-piece, that would be absolutely lovely. Mrs. Ogden, we haven't forgotten to dust the sideboard, have we? We don't want to let our standards slip, even today of all days.
Look, Mr. Nelson, how long have you been delivering grub to the Rovers? Right. Well, in that time, how many times have you had checks that bounced? Of course, I'll see to it this afternoon. Look, I've got to have that grub for my mother's party tonight. Oh, it'll ruin the whole day if it doesn't. Look, she's invited a lot of people. Tell that to the governing directors. Look, you ought to know what good customers we've been over the past years. Well, do your best, will you? Right. Okay, thanks.
No, I can honestly say I haven't felt a single pang so far. Really, I'm not expecting to.
Well, if it was me, I'd be like a jilted bride on the day that the fella married somebody else.
Ah, but you see, I wasn't jilted. I just said no, thank you.
Yeah, well, I suppose that does make a difference.
Oh, gold chain, speeches, pictures in the local paper. That might be Annie Walker, it's not Maggie Clegg.
The trouble with you, Maggie, is that you undersell yourself.
Yes, well, it's done now, and like I said before, I'm not regretting it. All the same, I should like to have wished Alf luck on his big day, but I don't suppose I'll get the chance.
Not coming round as often, is he not?
No, not really. Still, I've only got myself to blame for that.
Oh, it'll all smooth itself over. You're not the types to bear a grudge, either of you.
No, that's true.
Look, I'll tell you what to do. Go round there when he goes round to collect Annie Walker. Shake his hand and wish him good luck. It'll make his day, it will, really.
Excuse me, but is there a lady in the house?
In plain English, that means he wants a button sewing on.
What perception!
Come round here, Ken. I'll fix
Thanks,
you up.
Maggie.
Well, look, I love you and leave you be on my way, love. Oh, Maggie, don't forget what I told you.
No, Elsie. I won't. Tom.
Oh, now I can see the advantage of running a shop.
Have you got the button?
Oh, yeah. I don't have to take my shirt off, do I?
Why, you scared I'll stitch it to your windpipe?
No, I know I'm in good hands. You know, it just occurred to me, I don't really know why I'm going to this jamboree in the first place.
Oh, you're invited. Should feel flattered.
Yeah, I suppose I do, vaguely. But why me? Come to that, why Ina or Elsie or Lucille or anybody, you know? I mean, none of us got any official standing, have we?
I think you're supposed to be a representative selection. Likely Chris Allsorts. Hey, Maggie! Oh, don't tell me you've laddered your tights.
No, can I have a packet of corn plasters in a hurry, please?
Corn plasters at your time of life?
No, they're for me Auntie Annie. She bought these shoes half size too small. She's determined to wear them.
Well, you're lucky. Just had some delivered. What have I done? Oh, I'm sorry.
I'll live. Carry on.
Can you manage?
Yeah, go on.
There you are. I don't usually stock 'em, but I've had a few asking for 'em recently, so I put 'em on my list. I'm sorry, Ken.
All right.
You know, this place is getting more like a casualty station every minute.
Oh, dear. What's up now?
Oh.
I've forgotten whether I go out of the chamber for the robing or just Alf. I know we had a rehearsal. I've had so much on my mind. My brain's in a whirl. I've completely forgotten that part.
Look, if you make a wrong move, somebody will give you the wire. They're bound to.
That's just the point. I don't want to make a false move. I never forgive myself.
Look, Alf will be in a minute. You can ask him. He'll tell you before you go.
Here, Auntie Annie.
What are they?
Corn pads. She asked me to get them so you could wear them toe crushers.
Oh, yes, of course. I don't think I'll be needing them now.
You are?
No, dear. I don't think I should be wearing those shoes.
Give me strength.
I took Elizabeth's very good advice and yours and decided to wear the other ones.
Oh, you talked yourself into it, Mrs. Walker.
Well, it's better to be comfortable. You can hardly appear poised and at ease if your feet are in agony, and I shall have enough to worry about without that.
Mum.
You're still not ready.
Yeah, that's what I've come to tell you, actually. I'll have to cry off.
Cry off?
Yeah, I'm afraid so, sorry.
What is it, Billy? You're not well.
Well, to tell you the truth, I feel lousy.
You don't look too good, love, I must say.
Well, there's a bug going around. I mean, Len's got it. He won't be there either.
Are you feverish?
Well, bit of headache and that one. I think you're right. It must be this bug that's going round.
Well, don't worry, love. I understand. You go straight to bed, take care of yourself, and Mrs. Ogden or Bet will look after you.
Shall I ring the surgery and get them to send the doctor round here?
No, it's all right. I'll go down and get a prescription myself. I don't believe in calling out the doctor if you can stand on your own pins.
Oh, just as you like.
Poor Billy. You know, I knew something was wrong the moment he came downstairs. He'd have never snapped my head off like that.
Don't worry, Mrs. Walker. I'm sure you can trust Bet to look after him.
Oh, I'm sure I can.
Yeah. Hey! Isn't it bad luck for you to see her before she starts?
Well, there must be some very unlucky mayors and mayoresses about. They're mostly married. Are you ready, Mrs. Walker?
Nearly ready, Mr. Mayor.
Good, the car will be here soon.
Ooh. I decided to wear this after a great deal of thought.
Well, it looks very nice, Mrs. Walker. I only hope that cocked hat suits me as well.
Look, Albert Tatlock, just because a letter comes airmail and has an American stamp on doesn't make it the common property of the whole street.
I never said he did I?
No, well, you can stop pumping then.
I'm not pumping.
Oh, yes, you are. Ever since I took this out of my handbag, you've been busting your britches to find out what's in it.
Oh, and what makes you think that I'm the slightest bit interested?
Oh, just the way you keep steering the conversation round. That's the third time you've mentioned this letter since we come in here.
Well, I don't know about Annie being nervous, but I'm going to have a double scotch before we go over the top.
Oh, what's so different about this job?
Yeah, it should be child's play to an old pro like you.
They're fine if they just wanted stills, but they want cine as well. I've only got one pair of hands.
Oh, and what's happened to the other pair?
Oh, she's out on a wedding.
Well, she's missing out neither. Oh, I see. A touch of the sour grapes, is it, because you haven't been invited? Sour grapes? I wouldn't go if you dragged me there. Even if I did, I'd have a job to keep my face straight. As far as I'm concerned, the whole thing's a complete al fresco.
Here.
Told you I'm not interested.
Interested or not, the rest of the street will know about it sooner or later, so you might as well know now. It'll be the next 9 days, wonder, after this lot's over.
Oh, from your great-nephew. He was over here a few years since.
Aye, and his missus. I haven't met her yet. She's a Yank as well. Her ancestors went over with Columbus or something.
Oh, coming over for the Manchester Festival?
That's right, they're arriving next week.
Must be blooming balmy.
There's not balmy about it. They live in Manchester as well.
You what?
Manchester, Connecticut.
Oh, give a glass of whiskey to a condemned man, will you, Bet?
Hey, don't be like that. You're supposed to enjoy being made mayor, aren't you?
Well, maybe I will once I get this morning over. I wonder where that car's got to.
Don't worry, Alf. They can't start without you.
Can they not?
Hello, Maggie. It's... Yeah. Look, if you're going to take up that suggestion I made, now's the time to do it. Well, he's here. Leaving any minute. Right? OK. Well, it's up to you, isn't it? See you, love. Ta-ra.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council, ladies and gentlemen, I don't propose to make a long speech, but I do want to say how deeply grateful I am for the honour.
Big, yeah. Yeah, on the floor. My goodness, Mrs. Walker, you look a treat.
Oh, thank you, Ken.
Every inch the mayoress, if I may say so.
You mayoress.
It makes me feel better just to see you.
Oh, Bet, the caterers were coming at 2:30 with the food for the party, so if Billy wants anything, you will look after him, won't you?
Of course I will, Mrs. Walker.
I know I can rely on you, dear. I suppose it's silly for me to fret over him now that he's a grown man. I can't help it.
Well, look, if it is this bug, Auntie Annie, I mean, it's been and gone in 3 days.
Yeah, well, I went round to see Len this morning, see if there's anything I could do. And the way he was behaving, you'd think he was 6 foot under already.
Well, that figures. It's always these big E-men who make the biggest to-do if there's out wrong with them.
Who's taking over from Len?
Well, Alderman Chapman's having to do it. Well, actually, it is more usual for the outgoing mayor to deputise. I only asked Len because he was a bit disappointed. You know, when I was elected and he wasn't.
Hey! The car's here!
Oh, right, come on, everybody, then. Well, look, you come with me, and where's
Alf, I wondered, could I just go and put his electric blanket on in case Billy wants to go to bed?
Look, I'm sure Mrs. Ogden will do that for you, Mrs. Walker. We'll have to get off. We're going to be late.
Oh, very well.
OK, well, Becky's here. OK, let's go. Right.
Come on, get that fan down, come on, let's have it.
Yes,
Is there free food to eat?
Good luck, Alf. I'll be thinking of you. Oh, sorry. Good luck, Mrs. Walker.
Oh, thank you very much, Maggie dear.
What deal is
Oh, what a pity you got to miss it, Billy. It must be a big disappointment for your mum.
Disappointment?
Well, you're not being there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know if I was being installed as mayoress, I'd want Gordon to come. Whether he could or not's another matter, of course.
You don't see a lot of him these days?
No, not for some time. Well, it's just that I'm tied up here and, well, he's got his own life to lead.
How's he doing? All right?
He's just moved into a new luxury pad in Kensington. Something on the lines of Benny Lewis's place, from what I can gather. Oh, and he's going to the Canary Islands for his holidays.
Can't be short, can he?
No, you can say that again.
Lucky for some.
You know, Billy, you really don't look yourself this morning. Aspirins are all very well, but if I were you, I think I'd go to the doctor.
In thanking you, members of the council, for asking me to be the very last mayor of Weatherfield, I am, of course, deeply conscious that you are honouring not only myself, but those other councillors who have served as independent members for so many years. And in that connection, I'd like to mention especially Councillor Leonard Fairclough, who is unfortunately unable to be with us today. I'm sure we all wish him a speedy recovery.
Hear, hear, hear.
I'm sad, as we all are, to think that local government reorganisation will shortly bring the long history of our borough to an end, and with it, the proud title of Mayor of Weatherfield. I can only promise that in the forthcoming year, I shall endeavour to add to the lustre which has been brought by my distinguished predecessors. Thank you.
Aldermen, councillors, ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a brief adjournment. Please rise while His Worship the Mayor retires.
Just look at her face. She can't wait to get that chain round her neck.
Will you be quiet?
Yes, shut up.
I think you should take up peacemaking as a career, Elsie.
Oh, wouldn't mind a job with the United Nations. Make a change from the warehouse, wouldn't it? Trouble is, you see, if I started giving them advice and they didn't take it, I might just knock their heads together. And what good that would do international relations, I just don't know.
Oh, perhaps it might at that. Anyway, you did a good job this morning, without knocking any heads together.
You're feeling better, aren't you?
Yes. Think Alf is too.
Yeah, I told you. Come down and shake his hand like that. It made his day. Do you see how his back's straightened up?
Keep on.
I thought Minnie Caldwell would have been here by now, joining in festive mood.
Now, don't tell me you haven't noticed there's a boycott on.
Boycott? Who's boycotting what?
Minnie Caldwell, boycott at Rovers, has been this past 2 days.
Well, there's no wrong with milk stout, is there?
No, but her nose is out of joint because she hasn't been invited to the you-know-what.
Ina's there.
I know, that's the trouble.
Poor Annie. She should have invited everybody, including Dirty Dick and Donkey, just to be on the safe side.
Talking about peacemaking, how about me doing a bit?
It's all right with me.
Hilda, don't stand on your own over there. What you having?
Oh, I'll get me on, thanks very much. I'm not wishing to be funny with you, Maggie, but I'm just a bit particular who I drink with.
Oh, well, was a try.
If you want to win friends and influence people, put them on a rodent list.
Well, how long's she going to keep it up for?
Until she wants some, I expect.
Hello, love.
Hello, Mr. Nelson.
Is Mr. Walker in?
Billy, no, I'm afraid he's poorly. He's gone to the doctor's. We haven't seen him since.
I'd better talk to Mrs. Walker then.
Well, she's out on important business.
I'll wait.
Well, it'll be a long wait. She's being installed as mayoress.
Oh, it's today, is it?
It is, and the civic junket don't finish till middle of afternoon. But if it's about the food for tonight...
It is.
Oh, well, I know all about it. That's okay. You can put it in back.
That's just it, love. I can't.
You can't?
Not unless I get paid first. Cash on the nail.
Mrs. Walker's got an account.
She had an account, not anymore.
Why not?
That's why not.
A rubber cheque?
Aye. It bounced after we'd waited 3 months for the money. I told Mr. Walker about it on the phone. It's a pity he didn't warn you.
He never said anything. I'd no idea.
I promised I'd try and get the managing director to let him have this lot on credit, but, well, the old man wasn't having any. He said the Rovers had messed us about enough, and from now on it was cash or nothing. I've got all the stuff out there in the van now, but, well, unless Mr. Walker's left you the money...
He hasn't.
Then it looks as though I've got to take it back.
Oh, no. Will you hang on a minute, please, love? Hello, this is the Rovers Return speaking. I'm sorry to bother you, but could you tell me if Mr. Billy Walker, yes, is in the surgery? Thank you. Hello? He hasn't been in at all? Are you quite sure? Okay. Thank you.
Aldermen, councillors, ladies and gentlemen, please rise to receive His Worship the Mayor of Weatherfield, Councillor Alfred Roberts.
Members of the council, ladies and gentlemen, I take great pleasure in presenting my mayoress, Mrs. Anne Walker.
Can I have another rum and black, Karen? What's up with her? Bet! You know, I shall be boycotting this place at this rate. What have you got to do to get served?
Well, I reckon it's going to be like this for the next 12 months, you know. Now her ladyship's been made mayoress, customers will be the least important consideration.
Hello, Billy.
Billy?
Right, I've got something on my mind.
What was all that about?
I don't know, but Billy was in the shop this morning and he did seem a bit strange.
You're telling me you've got something on your mind. The food for your mum's party.
How do you mean?
Fred Nelson won't deliver it.
What?
He won't even let us have pies for the bar unless we pay cash. So you better do something and quick. What are you looking in there for?
Fred Nelson can get stuffed. So can the old firm. We go somewhere else.
That's crazy. What'll we do when they want paying? You'll only get yourself deeper in lumber.
Bet!
That's my pigeon, isn't it, darling? So why don't you work in a bar, which is what we pay you for?
Hey, you are still serving drinks here, or do I have to go to Flying Horse?
I'm sorry, Mr. Tatlock.
Is that Mason's? Could I speak to the outside sales department, please? Yeah, OK. Hello, this is Mr. Walker here of Rover's Return, Weatherfield. I wonder, could you let us have some food, please, at short notice? Well, I'm afraid it's for tonight. You see, we've been let down by our normal caterers. OK, I'll hold on.
Well, there we are, Madam Mayoress.
Thank you, Mrs. Bostock.
I can't pretend I'm not sad to part with it, but I hope everything goes as well for you as it has done for me.
You've been so very kind, and I'm truly grateful for all the good advice you've given me. Mr. Mayor, members of the council, ladies and gentlemen, I don't propose to make a long speech, but I do want to say how deeply grateful I am at being chosen as your mayoress for this town where I have lived for so very long. As many of you know, I'm not a complete stranger to public life.
Hello. You can? Oh, that's great. Well, I can pick it up. Oh, that's very kind of you. Yeah, OK, well, about 4:30. Fine, and thanks very much. Down.
Still here, Billy.
I'm just on my way out.
Did you get the food?
Yeah, Garbutts are doing it.
The other lot refused then?
Yeah, Mason's, I told them to forget it. And Hemmings and that Weatherfield bakery.
You'll have missed the surgery now.
Surgery?
You didn't go this morning, did you?
No, I didn't know.
Or what'll you do, go this afternoon?
Oh, do I look that bad?
You don't look well, Billy. And I'm not the only one that's noticed.
Well, maybe I'll look a bit better by tea time.
Why, what do you mean?
It's all down to the 3:30, isn't it, darling? My 4-footed friends.